Tasmania is home to many beautiful, charming historic towns, but few compare with Ross. Warm, local sandstone buildings, cobbled paths, and grand old elm trees transport you back to the 19th century. Reminiscent of colonial townships of the Cotswolds or Oxfordshire in the UK, Ross holds a timelessness that is beautifully preserved and is arguably the finest 19th century village in Australia. Shepherd's Story has been restored from the rubble of the sandstone left from the original cottage, retaining the old where possible. Lime plaster walls and exposed timber beams with natural organic bedding, linen and furnishings provide a warm, luxurious and natural feel. Just enough of what is needed and an emphasis on slowing down and savouring the moment are gently encouraged with thoughtful inclusions. I previously looked at this property when it was for sale a couple of years ago, and I instantly saw the potential it had to be converted into a short stay accommodation. They've done an incredible job. It honours its originality, but it has this nice element of new with the old, and it just makes for a super cozy, very unique stay, which is intentionally designed to make you slow down and unwind. Ross is home to many farmers, and the neighbouring property are local farmers in the area. You can actually hear and see these beautiful little goats and sheep in the fields. You have the original cottage, which is the accommodation, the bedroom, the kitchen and the little lounge area. Then you have the bathroom pavilion, and then at the rear of the property is the hot tub station. For such a small footprint, this property is incredibly livable in my opinion. I instantly fell in love with the floor plan and the design. As you come through this beautiful rustic barn door, to the right is the bedroom area, and you have really lovely linen in here. Soft, moody lighting. There's an original window. It's just really fun when things are so old and so original like this property. It was a lot of fun to poke my head out there in the morning and see the frost on the grass. It was like living in a bit of a fairy tale, to be honest. The room is essentially divided in half just about by this island kitchen bench, which the owners have made just for this space. I love the contrast between the age of the property and this introduction of this really modern, beautiful light. The stovetop and the kettle were really amazing, and I love how this is built straight into the kitchen bench. Coffee, tea, you get marshmallows and s'mores, which come in handy for the fire pit outside. You've got a soda stream here, and they supply you with all these beautiful ingredients so that you can mix up some little cocktails and drinks and really have a really fun time. Gosh, talk about a fairy tale spot to sit with a cup of coffee and read a book and just ponder the existence of the universe and your life. This place will make you reflect, and it's just such a beautiful, cozy environment in here. Like these limestone washed walls, it's a really beautiful effect that it has. It basically almost makes you feel like you're sitting inside a cloud or being hugged by the property. These pillowy, soft walls. The property is incredibly well insulated, and with this little fireplace here, it does not take long to warm up at all, and it stays so toasty and warm. The front paddock was completely frosted over, so I know for a fact that it was well below zero outside, and inside the cottage with this little fireplace, this place was toasty and didn't have to get up and stoke the fire in the night. The outside patio is very rustic and it's a great secondary space that you can break out into. I imagine in summer, underneath these beautiful vines, this patio, it essentially almost doubles the size of the cottage and is a really beautiful spot to just sit and relax. Let's head over to the bathroom. Now, the bathroom might not be what you expect. Modern, very contemporary, but it has design elements and materials that feel very natural and very warm and very cozy and organic, and it blends. It sits alongside the cottage very nicely and complements it really well. In here you have a beautiful, deep, freestanding bathtub. Very sadly, I didn't get time to experience this while I was here. Gosh, it would have been absolutely beautiful. And I love the little tray that sits over the top here. You've got beautiful bath products and it's just a beautiful space to enjoy a bath in. But as you might have seen, the hot tub was, for me, where I had to prioritize my time. You've also got a beautiful large walk-in shower here, a toilet, and also a really unique vanity. I love this gold brassy tap hardware, it looks just beautiful. And this travertine-like basin feels very organic and very natural. It just looks beautiful. And to be honest with you, I like the fact that you have to take this little trek from the cottage out to the bath. You have to kind of plan things a little bit. And also, when you come in for the night, you have this sense of, right, I'm in for the night, you know, we're closing the door and now it's time to bunker down and get some rest. And it almost adds to the little cozy sanctuary feeling when you're in the cottage. It encourages you to just participate in a type of stay reminiscent of a different era than what we live in today. There is this really unique use of a perspex wall which has been erected alongside the original sandstone walls of this property. It's unclear to me whether these walls were from another building, but the use of this perspex, it's quite an interesting material and it lets you feel enclosed in the yard, nurtured and protected, but you can see what's happening in the area around. My absolute favourite part until last here. At the rear of the property you have the wood-fired hot tub which sits under this little shed and it is stacked up with firewood and it feels kind of like you're in the Wild West a little bit, you know, on some cattle station out in the outback and you've stumbled across this beautiful steaming hot tub. It's fun, it's hands-on, and it definitely encourages you to slow down and enjoy not only the bath but the process. Because you had to work to create the bath, I think when it comes time to hopping in you tend to just enjoy it that little bit more. These beautiful little tea lights that twinkle, and knowing that you're away from the city in this regional, rural Midlands area with such rich history around you, and you're staying in a property which, you know, housed people hundreds of years ago, and you can get I don't know what I'm trying to describe, but it was just such a rich experience and a beautiful, slow experience, and I highly recommend it. A big thank you to the owners for having me. This was an incredible stay and I can't wait to come back again. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.